Oh, it's a weekend to go to the movies. There are new films with Julia Roberts, Dwayne Johnson, George Clooney, and Whoopi Goldberg. So we got a whole lot of star power, and we got some great shows to talk about. We've got Rad here with all of his thoughts. Rad, it's great to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, this first one, I've heard so much buzz about it. Black Adam starring Dwayne Johnson. What do you think of the film?
Well, I mean, you already know how I typically feel about comic book movies, right? Like, this is kind of a notorious...
them.
Oh, yeah.
They're your favorite.
I'm like right there, front row. No, like, look, but this movie, it has all the stuff I typically hate about a comic book movie, you know, like the CGI assault, the kind of cute, grown-worthy humor and all that. And yet, there was something that really fascinated me here. You know, there is sort of an ambivalence towards superheroes that's built into this movie that I thought was fascinating. A lot of it has to do with the fact that this is a movie that's set in a kind of fictional Middle Eastern country called Kandak. And what the story is like the people of Kandak are an occupied people. Their countries, they're living under occupation. So you see, like, the aesthetic here is they have, like, border checkpoint, military checkpoints at different intersections. They're, you know, constant state government and corporate harassment and stuff. So, you know, the aesthetic is very like Gaza or U.S.-occupied Afghanistan or Iraq.
Yeah.
And so that kind of feeds the attitude towards heroes in this movie, because the people of Kandak, these occupied people, call on this character, Black Adam, this demigod from ancient times, to help fight their oppressors. And what the way they view traditional superheroes is like, well, you know, you guys have your little moral code. You don't come out and show up for us. You're not here for us, right?
Totally.
Yeah, this demigod who likes to cause all this destruction and stuff, he's the only one fighting our oppressors. So there's this interesting kind of ambivalence built into this superhero movie that makes it potent, but then it's flattened by, you know, all the CG, all the stuff I typically hate about
Okay,
movies.
but it's like I'm here for your description. So who is this for?
So this is for people who like Batman versus Superman and Wonder Woman, and I know Batman versus Superman wasn't a favorite, but remember, like, it was a mess that I was pretty fascinated by, and so, yeah.
Okay, if you're me, you like this movie. Great. Okay, so on a lighter note, we've got the rom-com with our two faves, George Clooney and Julia Roberts. What do you think of it?
Well, look, you know, I'm a huge rom-com fan, but rom-coms have been, like, flailing at the box office because people just don't go out for the rom-coms anymore. They haven't been doing it at the box office. You see, typically rom-coms are now going to streaming services. So, of course, they bring back the queen of the 90s rom-com, Julia Roberts, to save the day. So, yeah, pairing her with George Clooney, they play, like, a divorced couple who are in it together to sabotage their daughter's wedding. Look, this is a rom-com that is short on the comedy, high along on the sentiment, kind of a drag, but not the worst.
Okay, who would like this one?
I mean, this is for people who like Happiest Season and Home Again, which are rom-coms that aren't necessarily bad, but, you know, they did the function.
I mean, it's like popcorn. It's easy to eat, it's easy to watch. Next up, this one you say is like a must-see film. This is Till.
Yeah, Till, which, I mean, you know the story of Emmett Till, and in fact, you know, when the trailer for this movie dropped, I think there was a lot of apprehensions, like, why do we need this story right now? It's a very brutal story, very traumatic story, and people were like, you know, there's this trend lately of people exploiting Black trauma almost as spectacle. And the thing about Till is this is a movie about Emmett Till's mother, Mamie, about her decision to have an open casket funeral so the world could witness what was done to her son. So this is a movie that is actually about the act of witnessing trauma. It's about the power in witnessing trauma, but also what it takes and the strength it takes to do that. And, you know, I think it's an absolute must-see because you have to come and witness the performance from Danielle Deadwyler. She is absolutely incredible in this, really just powerhouse gutting performance. And again, it then continues this conversation because this is a movie that is actually about the act of witnessing, which we're debating, and it's potent now because, you know, the act of witnessing George Floyd's murder is what caused action. Same with Emmett Till's murder, the same with, you know, when protests were hosed down and stuff. So that's what makes this movie such a must-see.
Right, it looks beautifully shot.
Yeah, oh, it is very
really
beautifully shot, yeah.
Who is this one for?
This is for people who like Fruitvale Station or Loving, which, you know, Fruitvale Station is about witnessing. Loving is about the power of love in civil action, and Till is about both of those things.
Oh, and I can just tell by the way you're talking about it, you really enjoyed the film.
I did.
You really did. Okay, Rad, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Happy Friday. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.